Warning, this program typically features strong language, sexual innuendo, politically incorrect commentary, and real stories from the road. Viewer discretion is advised.
We in the dirty. Well, this isn't the dirtiest of the dirties, but we are in the South.
Song in the South, sweet potato pie, and I shut my mouth.
Tennessee, to be exact. Just outside of Nashville, to even be more exacter. And who are we going to see here? I don't know. Who could it be? Who could it be?
Since leaving Colorado 5 days earlier with our friends Mac and Owen, we traveled some 1,200 miles of back roads from there all the way down through Tennessee. Jessica and I were in search of a place to call home and planning how we wanted to build out our new 4Runner. Even if we found a house somewhere in the familiar rolling hills of the South, near where we both grew up, we'd want our 4Runner to be flexible enough to take on long road trips, or to venture out into remote areas far away from civilization. We'd left Ripley, our previous van and our home, back in Colorado. But what was next? Where would we land? We just didn't know the answer to that. In Tennessee, we headed towards a familiar face and opted to cherish the last days we had with Mac and Owen. Our final destination together was to be Nashville, where a character you haven't really seen much of since season 1 was waiting with his van.
Uh-oh. Who is there? Who is that?
Song of the South, sweet potato pie, and I shut my mouth.
Are you excited to see your boyfriend?
See, I told you guys we were meeting somebody special.
For those of you just joining us, Aidan was a regular on our show back in season 1. We went on a few adventures together around the West Coast, and were scheduled to both take our vans down to Baja until he blew his 4th turbo in his engine. He ended up staying with us in our van for that Baja trip, but we'd not seen much of each other since that time. Now, his van was in Tennessee at Boxier Engineering, where he was hoping to get all of his engine woes finally sorted. Aidan's going to tell us a little bit about where his van is now, because it's almost a full year later since that episode where he blew his last turbo, and the van still isn't running.
Yeah, still not running. Full year, non-motion, for the van at least. I've been cruising. It's been a little frustrating, but yeah, this is Otis. Some of you may recognize him, some of you may not. Right now, I'm in Tennessee, getting a new engine put in. If you come follow me over here, you can see underneath here is what I like to call a rat's nest of wires and stuff, and no engine. So I'm working with Greg on putting in a new engine, which is going to be, we're a few weeks out from that right now. And then once that's in, I'm gonna be cruising again, which is gonna feel real nice. I'm just excited about getting back on the road and moving around and stuff like that. So I'm sick of living in a van that doesn't work.
There you have it, folks. Aidan is sick of living in a van. After catching up with Aidan, we all piled into the 4Runner to go for a walk at a nearby state park.
Welcome,
Got that
guys.
new car smell. Keys.
Surprised it doesn't smell like Mexican food in here yet.
Just wait. A couple more days.
So we've made it to some kind of place in Nashville.
Some kind of place.
Where are we?
I don't know. Owen picked a place.
You know?
It's a place with stuff.
Yep.
Owen? Yeah, I don't know.
Owen, do you know?
Harpeth River State Park.
Horbath River State Park. I pretty much always bring up the rear in these sorts of situations. I think we've only walked like 100 feet and I'm already tired. I don't want to do this anymore. Look at how dumb this is. I brought you an apple, teacher. Oh shit.
Give me that apple.
There you go. Hey.
Delicious.
Go for some tater salad right now. Cause I'm a Southern girl.
Southern girl or not, we didn't end up getting any tater salad that day. But we did head back to where we were staying and promptly set up a campfire, where Mac made s'mores, and for the first time in my life, I ate a s'more made around a campfire, and not from a toaster oven.
Alright, Jorge, you ready for this?
Oh my gosh, is this for real?
Yeah, this is for real. Ready?
Alright, hang on, this is gonna be my first s'more here.
There it
You can
is.
barely see it.
I don't know how 2 marshmallows can work. Look at this. This is like
Oh
one
my
marshmallow.
gosh, I love mine to
It's so
ooze
good.
over the side.
Yeah.
It usually ends up all over my face.
Smells good.
It's as messy as I thought it would be.
Perfect amount.
Is it good? Do you like
Yeah, once the chocolate kicks in, it's pretty good. Yeah. I can get used to this.
Anybody else want one? I'll take one. Coffee.
I've honestly never had a s'more before.
I don't mind the double marshmallow either.
I love the double smoke.
Why don't you give me that back, man? Why are you eating my
I
s'more?
can make you one.
It's mostly okay. No, I don't want a whole one.
Are you? What's wrong with it?
You're killing me.
Nothing?
Nothing's wrong with it. It's
You
not
want
like
another one, Jorge?
my jam.
Not your jam? Well, here. Here. So let's talk about this s'more a little bit. The graham cracker tastes kind of grainy. First bite into it.
It's because it's an organic one.
Yeah, there you go.
It's an organic graham cracker. The s'more, I can feel it in my beard. I can feel the marshmallow. There's a little bit of coolness. I just tasted from the chocolate. That tastes good. I mean, overall, the Pop-Tarts s'mores don't hold a candle to this.
Is that really all you have to compare it to?
Well, no, I mean, like, I've
You're not
eaten...
even having the toffee chocolate.
Yeah, it is just milk chocolate. It's good. I can see why people look forward to camping on the weekends. Like, we're gonna make some s'mores.
I like the crunch that you get from it too. Good.
Alright, and this one is for
Wow, that
Owen.
looks like a
Can I
fucking
get 2
horse of a goddamn s'more.
You know what? I found some churro marshmallows that'd be right up your alley.
They're so good though. Seriously, they're so good because then when you stick them in the fire, they caramelize on the outside.
Oh, so this is a real thing, he's not just making this up?
No, it's real.
Okay.
It's real. It's not a racial slur.
I mean, it's okay if it is, I guess, but, you know, if that's a real thing. Jessica loves churros.
Yeah, except the ones in Mexico.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, she had churros in Mexico and they were awful.
They were all dry
Oh,
and
no, that's
old.
unfortunate. I like mine to be like
Oh, when they're fresh.
slimy and oily.
Yeah.
That night, we sat around the campfire listening to music, laughing, telling stories, and eating our fair share of s'mores. But as of this edit, the 5 of us haven't been in the same place together in almost 2 years. Separated by thousands of miles, we know that we are yet connected by our shared experiences and by the winding roads that one day, somewhere, will lead us all back to each other. Just know, kids, that we take you with us everywhere we go, and we hope that sooner than later, we can share some laughs around the campfire.
So we're currently in Nashville, Tennessee, and we are going to make a couple of stops on our way down to Orlando, Florida.
We're gonna build out Amelia the Sunraider and put up Stanley the Vanagon for sale. And hopefully be done with that around the new year,
Yeah,
so that we can jet off for the new year in the Sunraider.
and be in Baja by February.
Where we're gonna meet Jorge and Jessica.
And Aidan.
Yeah.
Again. We'll all be reunited again. So
Fish
soon.
tacos.
Yeah, fish tacos.
Will you be there in February?
I don't know. It depends on if my van works. I'll be there in 2 weeks, and then I'll be there in December, and then maybe January. Maybe it'll never leave. Maybe my van will get fixed, and I'll go to Baja and live there. Possible.
Just gonna pop the wheels off that puppy and put them up on blocks.
Yeah.
Jessica and I are looking at places to rent in Baja, just, so you know. So yeah,
you're informed.
Yeah. So now you guys know pretty much all the intimacies of all of us. And with that,
Adieu.
yeah, we bid you adieu. That's Russian.
Yeah.
Is that Russian?
It's Russian for have a Mountain Dew.
And that was it. Together, we traveled across the country, each of us on a journey calculated in miles, but measured by shifting mindsets. Out here, home can be elusive. Its transitory nature is all at once expressed by the joy of a new place, and then, without warning, it dissipates, tucked away by the electrical pulses of your brain and stored as another memory. And so you move on to the next place, and the next, and so on. The longer you're out here, the clearer it becomes that you rely on two anchors: your vehicle and the road itself. But Jessica and I were in a weird place. Was our 4Runner really a viable replacement for our Synchro? We went back and forth between wanting to continue traveling, but also being less windblown. We needed to figure out a balance between the unending improvisation of life out here and the rote patterns of stationary life. So we set off from Nashville that day and headed towards Chattanooga, where we were scheduled to look at some yurt-like cabins we thought maybe we could rent for a while. We'll pick up here next time. Until then, live free and drive hard. What happened?
No, I caught him eating Petunia's poop. And I was coming to yell at him, and I told him to stop, which he knows that command. And he just kept going into the mud.
It might be poop, though. It looks like poop.
What's going on, guys? Furry face here, coming to you from an apartment in, of all places, the Netherlands. So if you hear any clogging sounds, it's because there's people wearing wooden shoes and walking on wooden floors, because that's what they do in the Netherlands. Anyhow, if you enjoyed this episode, hit the like button just below this video window. Leave us a comment. We'd love to read what you have to say, kind of. Love is a strong word. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every time that we drop a new episode. So many things to do. This will take up another 5 minutes or so of your time. You can just pencil us in. Every time we drop an episode, just pencil in 5 minutes of things to do for Live, Work, Wander. But one last thing. If you want to support what we're doing here, you can go to the link in the description below for patreon.com and support us with as little as $1 a month. And if you want exclusive access to other things that we're doing or to real-time updates about where we are, you can pledge an even higher amount there and get access to all that kind of stuff. And if you're not into that sort of thing, that's fine. We'll keep releasing episodes here on YouTube here from time to time. Just keep coming back, checking in, or if you hit the notification bell like I told you a little while ago, you'll know when we drop something so you don't have to constantly check back. The modern miracles of technology. Anyways, that's it for me. You guys keep your socks dry, keep your underwear clean, just all around pay attention to your personal hygiene because other people probably got to live around you. That's all I'm trying to say. See you guys again real soon.